Hello everyone, I'm RB. Welcome to my video discussing, recapping and reviewing Love Island. What an episode, what with a global superstar and a shock kiss from Joey and new bombshell Jessy, but we'll get back to that in more detail as now to the start of the episode with Harriett crying from the comments Ciaran made, and she's being comforted by Matilda and Grace, and they say that Nicole and Jess are finding it funny. Grace says it says more about him than Harriett, and Matilda tells her to ignore it, and they remind her that Ronnie said she's the first option. Harriett said if it was her boyfriend, she'd be livid and asks where are Jess and Nicole at. Jess said Ciaran's not nasty, and Nicole said it's not that deep. This is a bit much. And Jess says Harriett gives but can't take it, but Mimi said Jess is bad mind. This is accurate and how very refreshingly mature. Jess tries to cheers to good people, but no one responds. She's coming across as mean and spiteful, but what's your opinions? Comment, like, and subscribe. Matilda said she doesn't find it funny to make a woman cry and to make them feel rubbish, and she wouldn't take it if it was her boyfriend. Harriett said if she was Nicole, she'd be embarrassed. Grace and Matilda think it's nasty, and no one thinks of her as second best. Ciaran said he could have said so much more. Nicole said their things that they speak about are their business. But I mean, she tells all the girls her business all the time, usually for her daily crisis talks when she makes a mountain out of a molehill. Nicole said Ciaran doesn't even have to speak to Harriett, and he said he's not apologizing. Ronnie checks in on Harriett. He said that he should be protecting her, and Grace and Matilda said he handled it well. He said she's a better person than that, and why is she shedding a tear over what? Nothing. And in the confessionals, he feels that Ciaran made a mistake. So it's quite a positive that he's acknowledged what Ciaran's done is wrong, because Ciaran doesn't see it that way. Trey feels sorry for Harriett, but Jess disagrees. Shock. And she's very hard faced. Also, this had nothing to do with her. So if she's Harriett's supposed friend, as she says she is, then she could have just stayed out of it. And Trey said he feels there's a certain way to say things, and Jess said she's well behaved. He said she's loud, and she feels she's honest. She's simply spiteful, that's what it is. She thinks he smells nice, whereas she smells of desperation. Then Joey pulls Jessy for a chat, and Grace watches on. He asks who she feels a vibe with the most, and she said she can't rule out anyone but Ciaran, as he's closed off. He said him and Grace are close, but it would be silly to close things off and wants to get to know her more. He said that it was his best date and she's surprised he's chasing her. He feels like they get along, and he said he's going with his heart, his true feelings, that he's not in a relationship. He feels the conversation flows nicely and he's enjoying the conversation. He calls her sweet and he said it's easy to talk to her, and he's quite flirty. And they say that they're getting each other into trouble, basically. I mean, he's laying on very thick, factor 50 thick. Nicole feels Grace has nothing to worry about, but since when has she had any useful advice? Anyway, Grace said she'd never go over to interrupt Joey's chat, that she wouldn't give him the satisfaction. Harriett says Jess and Nicole have not said one word to her, that they're not her friends. But I mean, doesn't she know that they never were her friends? Is she oblivious? Jess asks, is there a problem? And tells Harriett that she needs to calm down or chill out or something along those lines. But I mean, as if Jess didn't know that there's a problem. Matilda tells Sean that she'll stay with Grace outside as she needs someone. He supports her, and Joey acts confused as to why they may be sleeping outside. First Jess, now Joey. Are they all acting or something? It's night time. Will and Uma kiss. Then it's morning time with the squinty eyes and the sunglasses. Connor asks if there are a few conversations that need to be had, and Jess immediately says no. Harriett feels Ciaran owes him an apology. Ronnie finds it pathetic, and that if it carries on, it's disrespecting him, as he's with Harriett. Grace asks Jessy, and Jessy tells him that Joey pulled her for a chat, and this annoys Grace. Grace said Joey needs to come with the correct energy, that she's not an option, he needs to choose her, and that Joey's never asked for deep chats with her, that he didn't even try to know more. Meanwhile, Joey tells Ronnie that he likes Jessy, but he doesn't like the upset. He wants a future wife. He said that he's not getting to know someone would be a big statement, and he said he knows where his heart lies. Grace and Matilda tell Harriett that Ciaran needs to apologize for the comment. Ronnie says it's disrespecting him, that Ciaran shouldn't make a girl cry. Jess tells Nicole that don't give it if you can't take it, and she sounded jealous of Harriett, even calling her a princess. Ronnie speaks to Ciaran. He asks if he will apologize, and Ciaran said he won't. He said he reacted to what Harriett said, and Ronnie said it would go a long way to apologize, also for him, as it's not nice to see. He said to say sorry for his comments, and Ciaran said, will she apologize? And Ronnie said it would be tit for tat. Ciaran doesn't see any point in apologizing as he meant it. In the confessionals, he said he's not sorry, he's made his feelings clear, and to leave it. Ronnie's actually handling this very maturely. Jessy is talking to Will. He said he's interested in her. She said it's early days. She said, could you be happier? You never know unless you try. He said it's mad to say you're closed off after 2 weeks. I think this is channeling Joey here. He said he doesn't think anyone could shut her down, and he feels that at the time Uma was the only option there for him, but that things may have changed. Joey and Grace chat. Joey tells her he knows how he feels about her, that nothing's changed. She said about the deep chats and something being missing, that he should tell her that she's handled it well with other boys in the villa. Joey said he feels like he has to get to know Jessy, and she said you don't have to do anything. He feels that she got to know Connor, and Grace said she didn't. Joey basically thinks of this as a test, and she said she won't sit and wait. He said, you know it's you, but he still needs to get to know Jessy, that he'd be silly if he didn't. She said she's definitely open now. She thinks it's stupid to throw them away, but that things will change now, and they hug. He kisses her, but she says on the cheek. Is he okay though? Then Will and Jessy watch. She looks confused. In the confessionals, Joey said he's feeling scrambled to the max. A text announces that a VIP performance that will blow your mind. So, Eve is coming and they're excited. So, American superstar Eve is on her way and they're buzzing. Joey said his main focus is Grace, but that all the chats with Jessy are different and that he will continue to chat to her. So, Eve is there. Let's go. The Islanders dance. It's not awkward at all. Eve asks what is eggy bread, eggy boff, that old chestnut. And yeah, obviously she would ask because even we don't know what it is. And then she's performing some classics. Sean loves it. Joey calls it fire. He's not wrong. Ronnie feels that it's what the villa needed. And EVE, she takes a selfie and she bounces. They loved it, as did I. A text announces for the Islanders to go in your couples, and Trey and Jessy, the bombshells, they'll stand together on the stage. And the bombshells need to steal an Islander. Trey picks Jess, and she looks smug. Then it's Jessy's turn to pick, and Will tells Uma that she'll probably pick him. Jessy picks Joey. They're all shocked. Grace looks fuming. Joey apparently wasn't expecting that, and Uma laughs. Joey tells Jessy he's open. Meanwhile, Grace said she's not surprised Joey was picked, and she says, why does he act shocked? And Mimi, the voice of reason, she said she's a bombshell, and obviously she had to pick someone. And Matilda tells Grace to keep being her. Joey and Grace chat. She tells him sternly to get up. He doesn't know why she's being aggy. Joey said that was intense and that he didn't expect Jessy to pick him. She said why? He said, was she shocked? Was she not shocked when Connor picked her? And he also said that he was the same when Samantha came and it was like a pressure. And Grace said, don't make out that you felt bad. And he said that he likes and fancies Grace, and she said he deals with things bizarrely. He said he's open and transparent and not behind her back. So it looks like there must be some type of way she's acted with Connor or even Omar that he's referring to that wasn't aired, as it's something he's hinted of quite a few times now. Then Jess says it's nice to share a bed with Trey. She said she's happy. She looks desperate for a kiss, and he doesn't oblige. She said that she'll have to get out some sexy underwear now. So desperate, and it reeks, and she's embarrassing. Then she even asks him for a kiss. It's cringy. Joey and Jessy go to the terrace, and we all know what happens at the terrace. Everyone watches on. Ciaran said, don't make it into a thing. Will said it's 95% success rate on the terrace. Grace finds out Joey's on the terrace with Jessy, and her and some of the girls move for a better view. Grace said, we all know what that implies, and we definitely do. Jesse tells Joey obviously Grace is not happy, but he said he's very happy and if he was not picked then he'd be gutted and that he likes her. They see Grace is situated to watch and they slightly hide. He said there's definitely something there and they kiss. Will he tell Grace as he's all about transparency? Then there's a vote. Conveniently, the bombshell couples are immune. It's ironic as probably spiteful Jess and confused Joey would have been the ones to be out, but who will you pick? That was an entertaining episode, especially with EVE, also the drama from Joey and the bombshells recoupling. Jess was smug and even her smile looked weird. A 9 out of 10 for the episode because of the performance, but a 10 out of 10 for EVE. But what's your opinions? What did you think of the episode? Comment below. Thank you for watching and catch you for the next episode.